Good afternoon and welcome into beautiful Springfield, Ohio, and welcome to Carlton-Davidson Stadium for today's Division III North Coast Athletic Conference matchup between the visiting Hiram College Terriers against your Wittenberg Tigers. Welcome into the Tiger Sports Network. My name is JJ Weisenberger. I am here with my partner Sutton. Sutton, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. It's baseball season. Can't ask for a better way to spend the Sunday afternoon.
Not at all. Pretty decent day here in Springfield. A little chilly, but other than that, looking pretty clear and a good day for baseball. Austin Luther will be on the mound for your Tigers today as he starts out this one. Now down in the count 2-1, he'll go up against number 29, Chasen Mars. Tigers coming into this one 11-6 off the back of winning 8 out of their last 9 games. In their most recent, the loss to number 19 to Marietta College 18-5. So looking to get a big bounce back win here in this doubleheader as Mars will pop up into shallow right field. McCauley will get under that for out number 1. Tigers having a lot of success at home here in recent, winning 7 out of their last 8 home games here. So they're looking to get things going against the Terriers and get their NCAC play started off right. So that'll bring up number 36, Kobe Hunter, to the plate here for the Terriers. And he'll look at strike 1, a good fastball in there from Luther. That pitch will be fouled back for strike 2. Luther coming into this game. This is his 5th appearance on the year. 2-2 record with the 5.5 ERA. Not the start Luther was anticipating and having, but really bouncing back here. He had a good outing against Albion a couple weeks ago, and now gets the start here for the Tigers here in game 1 of this doubleheader. As that one will be in there for strike 3, so a quick 2 outs for Luther here in the top of the first. So that'll bring up Hall Walker Jr. to the plate here with 2 outs in the top of the first. First pitch from Luther will paint the outside edge for strike 1. Parker Griskovich behind the plate for Luther today. So that one will be fouled back for strike 2. So Luther trying to go 1-2-3 here in the top of the first. 2 quick outs, 1 strikeout, 0-2 count. Gets his sign. Here's the pitch. That'll be fouled away.
Terry's doing a pretty good job defending the plate. You know, Luther out there about 12 pitches so far. Majority of them been in strikes. They're really getting their bat on the ball.
The 0-2 pitch, and that one will be fouled back once again. Yeah, this Tiger pitching staff and a very aggressive pitching staff. They love to pitch strikes and force the opposing teams to put the ball in play with this very tough defense behind these pitchers. That one will be fouled once again into shallow right field. A tough play for Ian Ash as he's going to take a diving attempt at it. Won't be able to get it, but good effort there from Ian Ash playing first base. In this one, O'Malley has been taking the first base role in the last couple of games, but he's usually playing back in right field, which is where he's at today. Ian Ash will head back to his first base role, so he'll trot back. And we've talked about it before on the broadcast. This home stadium for the Tigers is a very beautiful one, but it does offer very big foul grounds and a big backstop. So here's the 0-2 pitch once again, as that'll be a check swing. First base umpire after the appeal will call it a no swing. So ball 1 in this count. Hal Walker Jr. doing a good job staying alive at the plate here. So Luther gets back, gets set immediately. Here's the pitch. That one will be sent into right field. O'Malley will get a read on it. He'll get out under it for out number 3. So Tigers go 1-2-3. Luther looking strong in the mound. We'll be right back after this for some Tiger bats. We are back here at Carlton-Davidson Stadium for the bottom half of inning number 1. Tigers bats coming to the plate, and Tiger offense is something we're very familiar with here at the Tiger Sports Network. Last game was their lowest scoring game with 5 runs since March 10th against Oglethorpe. They were shut out, so this Tiger team and those other games in between there never put up less than 9 runs. So looking to get that offense back up and rolling against Jack Conley. Jack Conley will be on the mound for the Terriers today, and that'll bring up the usual leadoff for this Wittenberg squad. Number 14, James McCauley. He'll watch a strike go in there. Top of this order, 1, 2, and 3, the very similar trio of James McCauley, Chase Wisner, and Connor O'Malley in the 3 spot, with Matt Moore, the usual DH, sitting in the cleanup spot once again. And McCauley will rip one to shortstop, a tough play, good pick, throw over to first, and he'll be retired for out number 1. And that'll bring up Chase Wisner to the plate. Following Moore in the 5 hole will be Ben Seibert, followed by Bernowski and Ian Ash. And the 8 spot will be Parker Griskovich, and rounding up this lineup once again will be number 17, Luke Thomas. So once again, a very strong lineup and a lot of familiar faces and names for the Tiger team. These Tiger bats have been very impressive all year, especially on this homestand that we've been able to watch, as Chase Wisner will rip one down the third base line. So 0-1 count here as Wisner steps back into the box. Conley's 0-1 pitch will be a good breaking ball, just missed on the outside edge for ball 1. Wisner on the season, another batting .381 on the year with 16 RBIs, so very good 2-hole hitter for this Tiger squad, as he'll rip one into left field right down the third base line. He's going to round 2. He's going to go for 2. A tough play as the outfielder slips in the grass out there in left field, and that'll be a 1-out double here in the bottom of the first for Chase Wisner. So Chase Wisner getting the first hit of the day for the Tigers. And we've seen some very unfavoring weather here in the recent days, so potentially wet field and slippery grass out there in the outfield today, as we saw the left fielder for Hiram take a tumble there trying to field the ball, and that allowed Wisner to get to second. So he'll be standing at second with the RBI machine. Connor O'Malley stepping to the plate. O'Malley leading this team in home runs and RBIs with 4 home runs and 20 RBIs on the year. So he'll be looking to drive in Wisner here in an early RBI opportunity, as he'll see ball 1. So 1-0 count now for O'Malley. Conley will take a look back at Wisner at second, firing a pitch. That'll be a breaking ball that almost breaks a little too much, but barely misses O'Malley on the left side of that batter's box. So 2-0 count now, with Moore standing in the on-deck circle. Conley takes a couple looks at Wisner. He fires the pitch. That one will be in there for strike 1.
Conley, it's his 4th appearance on the mound this season for the Terriers, coming into the day with a 2.52 ERA. So Conley, a very good pitcher for this Hiram squad, looking to hold back this Wittenberg offense and put his Hiram offense and Hiram team in a position to win, as O'Malley just misses ripping that one down the first base line. So now Conley able to battle back in a 2-2 count here. Wisner with a lot of speed at second base. His Wittenberg squad poises a lot of speed all around the lineup. So potential putting this ball in play and finding a gap can drive him home. So O'Malley will take that one low, full count. Connor O'Malley battling at the plate here against Jack Conley, with Wisner at second. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Conley will look down, get his signal. Take a look back at Wisner. Here's the pitch. O'Malley will rip that one into right field. A straight line drive. A tough play and a diving catch for a big out number 2 for this Hiram squad. So O'Malley rips one into right field, but a really good catch from number 36, Kobe Hunter. Kobe Hunter will drop down to the ground and pick that one off for out number 2.
That one, I think, might have dropped a little bit quicker than the fielder expected, but he was still able to get right there and make that catch.
So that'll bring up Matt Moore to the plate, the designated hitter for this squad. And he'll see a good breaking ball on the inside of the plate for strike 1. So 0-1 count. Here's the pitch to, and Matt Moore will rip that one straight to the left fielder. And another good catch for out number 3. So Wisner able to get on with a 1-out double. Tigers able to get nothing out of it. Conley survives the first inning. So 0-0 scoreline after 1 inning of play. We'll be right back after this. So we are back here in the top of the second inning. Luther with a very impressive 1-2-3 top of the first. We'll look to go out and continue that here in inning number 2 as he'll fire in, and that'll be fouled off by the cleanup spot for this Hiram squad, number 12, Evan Fairbanks. Luther pitches with a lot of tempo. He doesn't like to get up there and mess around as he fires in strike 2. He likes to get up on the mound, get his sign quick, and get his pitches in. So 0-2 pitch now, and that'll be a swing and a miss, and the tempo seemed to get Fairbanks there a little off his game as Luther forced him to step back into the box quick and wasn't ready for that. Good breaking ball there, and that'll be out number 1. So that'll bring up Connor Bancik here as he'll foul one away. Luther firing a lot of strikes in here early. So that one will be outside and just misses the outstretched reach of Griskovich there for ball 1. So 1-1 pitch was fired in for a strike. 1-2 count now. Looking for back-to-back Ks to start at the top of the second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That'll be a really good slider there. Just misses the outside part of the plate for ball 2. The 2-2 pitch will be another swing and a miss. And Austin Luther retires and gets his 3rd strikeout on the day for out number 2 in this inning. So Austin Luther retiring the first 5 batters he sees will now face the catcher, number 22, Tanner Allison. So that one will be skied high in the air on the first pitch. Wisner will try to get under it and shallow left field, and he will for out number 3. So Austin Luther pitches another 1-2-3 inning in very quick fashion. Tigers will be back up to bat right after this.
So Ben Seibert will lead us off here in the bottom of the second. Jack Conley out on the bump for the Hiram Terriers today. Conley looked very impressive in inning number 1. Gave up a double to Chase Wisner, but other than that, pitched around and pitched very good against the top half in the heart of this Wittenberg order. But that'll bring up Ben Seibert here in the 5 spot to lead off the bottom of inning number 2. Seibert, another one of these Wittenberg bats. He'll send the first pitch swinging to the shortstop. Good pick, low throw, and a really good play there from number 50, Howell Walker Jr. to reach down and pick that one off the ground for out number 1. So a quick out for Conley in this Hiram defense. And that'll bring up number 6, Michael Brunowski, to the plate. Brunowski, a freshman, but doesn't play like it at all. He's had a very impressive start to his career, and he's solidified himself as one of the best bats in this Wittenberg lineup, as you'll see a breaking ball go in the dirt for ball 1. Brunowski on the season batting .457 in 46 plate appearances, driving in 11 runs. And we've seen him play all around this lineup. Occasionally you can see him up there in the 2 spot. He's been sitting around this middle part for a couple of games now as he'll dribble that one to third. And Conley gets a quick out number 2. So both of these pitchers getting a lot of quick outs here in the beginning part of this game as a pitcher's duel is slowly brewing in the making right now. That's Conley and Luther looking very sharp to start this one out. Well, that'll bring up number 27, Ian Ash. Ian Ash, didn't see him in the last couple games in this lineup, but back in the lineup once again today. And he'll see a breaking ball go in there for ball 1. So 1-0 pitch now to Ian Ash, and he'll send that one high in the air into center field. Drifting back is Jason Mars, and he'll get under it for out number 3. So both pitchers go 1, 2, 3 in the second inning. And Conley and Luther pitching very well to start this one out. Zeros all across the board to start this game. We'll be right back after this. We're back here in the top of the third. Austin Luther looking very strong, retiring his first 6 batters that he's seen. Will step back out on the bump for this Tiger squad. He'll go on to face number 6, Mike Medea for the Terriers. Terriers still searching for any sign of life in this offense, any base runner. No hits so far in this one, but Luther has looked very sharp, throwing in a lot of strikes and getting ahead of a lot of counts, but this time we'll fire in ball 1. Ball 2 now.
Yeah, like you mentioned in his first 25 pitches, 18 strikes, 3 of them strikeouts.
So this time now he starts off Medea with 3 straight balls. As Medea threatening to be the first base runner for this Hiram squad. The 3-0 pitch, and that'll be inside, and that will be the first base runner for the Hiram Terriers.
Honestly, his first time throwing back-to-back called balls, and since the very first batter. Been very strong on the on the mound since the very first, or since the second batter, really, even for the first.
So a bunt attempt here from Jordan Maloney. Maloney trying to advance Medea, who's standing at first after a leadoff walk from Austin Luther. Put him there. Mallory not able to put that ball in play on the bunt attempt. Will go down 0-1 in the count. So you see Ben Seibert playing on the corner there at third base, starting to creep down in the grass for this potential bunt attempt. So Mallory right now not showing bunt, as Luther will fire one over at first to Medea.
Still early in the season, but Medea is 0 for 1 on stolen base attempts.
So Luther with a couple of throws over to first to keep Medea playing closer to the bag. Up in the count 0-1 after a bunt attempt for Mallory. Mallory will show bunt once again, but that running fastball from Luther will pull him away as that one goes outside for ball 1. So not a lot of offense here early in the first couple of innings, but Hiram with the leadoff base runner on, now looking to spark something here with a bunt attempt as Maloney will lay this one down. A good bunt. Goes right to Luther, and Luther will throw over to first for out number 1, but that does advance Medea, the runner who was standing at first, to second. So Maloney does his job and advances the runner now with 1 out, and that puts a runner in scoring position for the Terrier squad. With the bottom half of their order and the bottom member of their lineup, number 11, Michael Corsillo, will step into the box with an early RBI opportunity here in inning number 3. So Luther will take a couple of looks back at Medea. Will fire in one low for ball 1. So 1-0 count now. Medea standing at the second. Corsillo at the plate. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That one will be chopped to third. And that'll be foul for strike 1. Top of the order for the Terriers waiting in the on-deck circle. Hiram looking to strike first in this game. Both teams struggling offensively in the first couple of innings, but some stellar pitching from Jack Conley and Austin Luther is a big reason for that. But Hiram, with the runner in scoring position, with 1 out here in the top of the third. So it'll be a big swing and a miss from Corsillo. Now puts Luther ahead in the count 1-2. So Luther now with 3 strikeouts already in this game has looked very sharp with some good breaking pitches, and that one almost gets Corsillo to bite, but he's able to hold back, and that one will drift outside for ball 2. So 2-2 count now. Luther will take a look back at Medea at second. Here's the pitch. Big breaking ball. That one will be blooped into center. Luke Thomas was playing shallow. Will be there for out number 2. So good at bat there to retire Corsillo for Luther, and that brings up the top of the order and Chasen Mars. Chasen, a Springfield resident from the Springfield area, went to Kenton Ridge High School, will now step into the plate, who's standing at the top of this lineup for the Hiram squad. Will look to drive in a run here and get the Hiram Terriers on the board, but he'll have to go up against the task of facing Luther once again. So 2 outs now. Here's the pitch. Good slider will go in there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another breaking ball will be fouled back. So Mars goes down in the count. 0-2 now. And Austin Luther looking to work around a leadoff walk here in the top of the 3rd inning. So 0 balls, 2 strikes. Luther gets his sign. He gets set from the stretch. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That breaking ball almost goes inside and hits Mars. So that'll be ball 1. 1-2 count now. So 1-2 pitch. That'll be a swing and a miss, and Austin Luther still scoreless after 3 as he strikes out and works around the leadoff walk given up. So Hiram able to get their first base runner of the day, but unable to get anything from it. Tigers bats right after this. So Griskovich will lead us off here in the bottom of the third. Conley on the mound. Jack Conley on the mound for the Hiram Terriers. Jack Conley has looked very sharp so far. He's approaching his first time through this full Wittenberg lineup. Now facing his 8th batter of the day. He's only given up 1 hit, no runs, no walks so far on his card for the day, as he'll fire in a breaking ball for ball 1. Griskovich, now we've seen getting a lot of at-bats here in this homestand for the Tiger squad. And that'll run a little too far inside for Conley there and just get a piece of Griskovich. And Griskovich will get a free base and the leadoff runner on for this Tiger team. This Tiger team is very dangerous when they're able to get their leadoff runner on. Luke Thomas now to step into the batter's box here to round off the bottom part of this order, with James McCauley in the top of the order waiting in the on-deck circle. Luke Thomas, so a very good 9-hole hitter for any team to have. So that'll be fired in for strike 1. Luke Thomas on the year, batting .378 and 45 plate appearances, and he's been playing this 9 spot for a while in this lineup. And just an overall very good all-around player, plays a lot of very good defense, especially there in the outfield, as he'll see a breaking ball just find the outside edge, and he'll go down 0-2 in the count. So Griskovich gets on with the leadoff walk. Thomas threatening to go down early after 2 quick strikes from Conley. Here's the pitch, and that one will be outside, ball 1.
That second strike had just enough break to it to catch that outside edge. Probably trying to look for that spot again.
So here it is, the 1-2 pitch, and that one, another breaking ball will drop and be fouled away from Thomas. So still a 1-2 count here in the bottom of the third. Both teams slow offensively to start this one out. Conley gets his pitch, and that one will be ripped to second. Double play opportunity for the Terriers, and that one will go through the glove. Griskovich is going to be rounding second, going to third. So a very costly error there from Evan Fairbanks, but second base. A routine ground to ball and a big double play opportunity goes right through his glove and underneath him for a big error now. And the Tigers now with runners on the corners, no outs in the top of this order, step into the plate, and McCauley. So McCauley will step in, the freshman, with a big RBI opportunity here early in this game. So McCauley, only 12 RBIs on the year, but he's mainly been playing in this leadoff spot. A very good contact hitter with a lot of speed, looking to find one of these gaps and drive in Griskovich at third. The first pitch, that'll be a strike, and a throw down to Thomas, who is stealing second, and they'll get him. So a very good throw there from Tanner Allison to get one back for out number 1. So a big out number 1 for the Terriers on a steal attempt from Luke Thomas. So a big breaking ball will be in the dirt. Tanner Allison able to pick that one off and make a good, accurate one-hop throw to second to retire Thomas. So now 1 out there for McCauley, and he'll watch ball 2 go by. So they were looking for the bunt play there as McCauley started the show bunt, pulled back with that one being in the dirt. So 1-1 count now. Conley's pitch. That one will be skied high in the air into shallow right field. Won't be deep enough for Griskovich to tag up. So Hiram now able to get back to 2 outs with no runs given up after the costly error to start the inning. But that'll bring up the ever-dangerous Chase Wisner. Chase Wisner with 2 outs. Griskovich standing at third, looking to drive in the opening run of this game. So Jack Conley now will look down and get his sign. Here's the pitch. Big breaking ball, and Wisner will take a first pitch crack at it. That'll get down the line. That'll one-hop the wall. Wisner's going to round first and go to second for his second double of the night and the first run of the game. So Chase Wisner takes a hack at the first pitch he sees, and he sends it right down the left field line. One hops to wall, and Wisner will add another RBI to his name. Chase Wisner now with 17 RBIs on the season as he starts his day 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. So the error does come back to bite the Terriers here as Wittenberg will strike first in this one off the bat of Chase Wisner. So now that'll bring up Connor O'Malley to the plate with Wisner standing at second. Connor O'Malley will see strike 1 go by. Jack Conley taking a long look from the stretch there. Will come set, take a look back at Wisner. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll be in the dirt. Wisner thinks about going, but a good stop there from Tanner Allison. Tanner Allison showcasing some very good skill set abilities behind the plate so far. Starting out after the error, throwing out Thomas to get a big out number 1. And then showcasing a lot of good blocking abilities. With a lot of these big breaking balls from Conley, they've been breaking in the dirt, and he's done a good job of staying in front of them. Not letting any go back to these big backstops here. As that one will dribble right down the first base line. It'll stay fair. So Hiram able to get out of the bottom of the 3rd inning, but not without giving up 1 off the bat of Chase Wisner. Chase Wisner drives in the first run of the game off a double and a big error from this Terrier defense. So that'll bring up Austin Luther now, this time with the lead. Right back. We'll be right back after this. So Austin Luther back out to the mound. Very impressive so far through 3. No hits, no runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. And now this time pitching with a lead. So looking to continue that as he'll immediately fire one in. A tough ground ball to second, and a bad throw from Wisner will go in the dirt. Hunter will be able to get to second off that one. And Hiram once again gets their leadoff runner on, this time because of the error from Chase Wisner. So back-to-back half innings with back-to-back errors from 2 good defenses. And now this time from the Tiger defense will put Hiram with a good scoring opportunity here in the top of the 4th with Kobe Hunter standing at second and Hal Walker Jr. coming to the plate. Walker's sitting in the 3 hole in this Terrier lineup with a big swing and a miss there for strike 1. So Kobe Hunter standing at second after a tough ground ball and a good pick from Wisner at shortstop. Left the throw a little too short, and O'Malley not able to pick it off the ground. And that one charged error to Wisner. So 1-1 count now to Walker Jr. Here's the pitch. That'll be fouled back. So 1-2 count now to Walker Jr. Luther will take a look back at Hunter. The pitch, that one will just be fouled away down the first base line. Walker just staying alive with that at bat through the bat at the ball there with a good breaking ball. Able to make contact and lives to see another pitch here at the plate. So 1-2 pitch once again from Luther. He'll get set, take a look back at Hunter. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball goes inside. Forces Hall Walker to get out of the way there. So 2-2 count now. No outs in the top of the fourth. Here's a pitch from, that one will be fouled right down the line. Foul ball once again. So you brought it up there in the first inning. This Terrier squad able to do a good job of fight in the box. They're able to be very disciplined and make a lot of contact even when Luther throws some very good pitches. They're able to stay alive very well at the plate. And they're showcasing it right here with Hal Walker Jr. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and that one will be just inside for ball 3. So full count now. Terriers trying to get their first 2 base runners on. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one will be sent into right field, a dangerous play. Oh, and it'll just drift foul down the first base line. So another foul ball from Hal Walker Jr. And we've got a good battle between Luther and Walker here in the top of the fourth inning.
Yeah, I think that's the fourth foul in this at-bat. Didn't get any luck from the wind to blow it back in play.
But that one Walker will send right up the gap at center field. Hunter's going to round third. He's going to go home. The throw from Thomas. A good throw, but the speed from Hunter will tie this game up, and Hal Walker Jr. is pumped standing at first. Terrier is able to tie this one back up, and that's the first hit given up from Luther there, with Walker standing at first. So the errors from both squads come back to haunt them both, as both teams able to capitalize and score off the defensive miscues. So Walker standing at first now. Still no outs here in the top of the fourth. That pitch will be fired in low for ball 1. So still no outs here in the top of the fourth. That one will be chopped foul over the third base way, and that'll bring up the cleanup spot for this Terrier squad, number 12, Evan Fairbanks. That 1-1 pitch will be in there for a strike. So a good pitch there from Luther to get ahead of the count. 1-2 now. Walker standing at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Here's the pitch. Check swing, and the home plate umpire says he goes for Luther's 5th strikeout of the day and a big out number 1.
That out was definitely needed by the Tigers. Hopefully get some momentum off of it. And definitely a reset for the pitcher, you know. It's been a while since getting a strikeout too, or even, well, get the hit by pitch there. But definitely, you know, trying to reset on the mound, you know, keeping your rhythm back up, not worrying about the runners on the base path.
So Luther runs that one in, and that'll hit Connor Bansick. Yeah, that brings up a very good point, especially after knowing you should have had a quick out number 1 to start the inning, but the error ends up coming back to hurt him and leads to the Hiram's first run of the game and now a tie ball game. So since then, now we've got 2 runners on. Bansick standing at first. So 1 out now. Runners on first and second. And that'll bring up number 22, the catcher, Tanner Allison. Allison now in a good spot here to potentially take the lead for Hiram with only 1 out here. And runners on first and second. Walker standing at second. Bansick standing at first. Here's the pitch. It'll be low for ball 2. So 2-0 count now. Luther now looking for a good bounce back at bat, and that could potentially be it. Seibert steps on third for out number 1, and will fire it across the diamond for out number 2. So a big double play there to escape the inning from Ben Seibert. Ben Seibert fields the grounder, tags out and forces out number 1 at third and fires across the diamond for out number 3 at first. So Hiram able to strike back and respond to Wittenberg's first run of the game and with one of their own. We've got a tie ball game here going to the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back after this. So leading things off here in the bottom of the 4th will be the designated hitter and cleanup spot for this Tiger lineup, number 30, Matt Moore. He'll have the task of facing Jack Conley once again. Jack Conley's looked very sharp so far against a very good Wittenberg offense, only giving up 1 run and 2 hits in 3 innings of play. The 1 run also not accredited to him. A bad error from this Hiram defense leads to Wittenberg's first run, and then Wittenberg responds the following half inning with an error of their own that leads to Hiram's first run. So defense is not helping these starters out so far, but Jack Conley goes up in the count 0-2. So 0-2 pitch now from Conley, a big breaking ball. Just goes outside, but Jack Conley looking very sharp in this one so far.
Yeah, it definitely took him a few innings, few pitches to really get into it, but he's starting to find a little bit more of the rhythm.
And that's going to be a very good breaking ball. Just misses the outside edge of the plate there for ball 2. Almost everyone on the field thought it was a strike 3, but the home plate umpire. So Matt Moore survives another pitch here in this at-bat. So here's the 2-2 pitch. That one will be poked foul into the first base territory. Tough play. But Hal Walker Jr. will make a good attempt at it there, but those big foul grounds, like we talked about before, it's a lot of ground to cover. Not able to reach it there, and Moore will step back into the batter's box. Still a 2-2 count here in the bottom of the 4th. Wittenberg looking to regain the lead after Hiram was able to tie it back up here in the top of the 4th. Here's the 2-2 pitch once again, a big breaking ball, and there's strike number 3. And a very good pitch from Jack Conley there. The big breaking curveball there just goes right out of the zone. Moore not able to go out there and get it and make contact, and that'll be out number 1. But Jack Conley, for sure, like you just said, he's really getting into a rhythm now, finding a lot of control with that breaking ball and really able to pinpoint it in tough spots. Hitters not able to reach it. So that'll bring up Ben Seibert. He's first pitch swinging. And that'll be out number 2. So quick 2 outs here. But Evan Fairbanks with the good bounce back play there. Evan Fairbanks with the big error in last inning on what seemed to be a routine ground ball, goes right through between his legs. And that's what led to Griskovich scoring there in the bottom of the 3rd. But he's able to field that one good for a good bounce back out. And he gets out number 2, and that'll bring up Brunowski now. And he'll see strike 1. So Jack Conley now just firing strikes in and really attacking these Wittenberg batters, who really haven't been able to catch up to any of his pitches and make solid contact so far. So 0-1 count now. Here's the pitch. That'll just miss outside. So 1-1 count here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 outs. Michael Bernowski standing at the plate. Ian Ash in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bernowski will watch strike 2 go by. So Jack Conley making quick work here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Looking to go 1-2-3 once again in this one. He gets his sign. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Another good breaking ball. But Michael Bernowski not biting on it. Just gotten a couple of big punch outs with that big breaking ball here in this game.
Yeah, he's really liking that down and away corner.
Here it is again. Bernowski will tap that one into the gap. A tough play. And Michael Bernowski will be standing at first with a single. A tough play. A slow dribbler that makes it past third baseman Connor Bancic. And Michael Corcio not able to catch up to that one and get a good clean pick on it. And Bernowski will be standing at first because of it. So that'll bring up Ian Ash. Ian Ash flied out in his first at-bat, made solid contact to center field. Well, now with another big opportunity, you'll see ball 1 go by. Haven't seen Ian Ash in this lineup in a couple of games, but the last time he did play was a home doubleheader where he has cranked a couple of big home runs, especially to the center field. He hit both those home runs right over the 390 wall. So really making good contact to the center part of this ballpark. And he'll watch 2 balls go by to start this at-bat. But this Tiger team, a very good 2-out hitting team. We've seen that in the recent 7 or 8 games. They love hitting with 2 outs. This is when they get very patient and disciplined at the plate. And Ian Ash will send that one right at the mound. And that one will go off the foot of Conley, and Ian Ash will get on because of it. Looks like Conley is okay, but a very hard hit ball goes right towards Conley. Conley tries to get out of the way, but it looks like it went off the back half of his heel. But Ian Ash gets the single because of it, so that'll bring up Griskovich now with runners on first and second. Bernowski and Ian Ash with back-to-back 2-out singles. Griskovich looking to continue that 2-out trend. Like I was saying, this 2-out hitting for this team is very good. They love their patience and discipline gets very locked in 2 outs. They come up to the plate and they're only swinging at good pitches that they know they can hit. And we've seen it so far with Bernowski and Ash. That'll bring up Griskovich now, who fouls away the first pitch he sees. Griskovich, the lone run scorer for this Wittenberg team, was hit by a pitch and then an error put him on third. And Wisner is able to drive him home a couple of at-bats later. So 0-1 count now, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Ash standing at first, Bernowski at second. Here's the pitch from Conley. Another breaking ball. And a good block there from Tanner Allison. Bernowski thinks about going, but Allison's good blocking ability keeps him at second. So 1-1 count now. So Conley gets set on the mound. He gets his pitch, takes a couple looks at Bernowski. We'll fire that in for ball 2. Wittenberg rocking their all-white home uniforms for today's matchup. So 2-1 count now to Griskovich. Here's the pitch. That'll be fired in for strike 2. So Conley trying to work around a couple of 2-out singles from Ash and Bernowski now to get out of this one. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch from Conley. Again, that breaking ball, like you said, he's really loving that lower outside part of the plate to right-handed batters. He goes for it again this time. These batters starting to see that, and they're not biting for it. Full count. So 3-2 count here. 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Big spot for Griskovich. Here's the full count pitch. Griskovich will sky that one high in the air. Will it be able to stay in play? That one will drift over the Hiram dugout there. So Griskovich stays alive. Good battle at the plate here between Griskovich and Jack Conley. And what looked to be potential 1-2-3 quick inning for Conley is now starting to look like trouble. Griskovich trying to continue this 2-out hitting. So full count once again. Conley will get his pitch. He'll get set. Take a look back at Bernowski. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Griskovich will send that one. Oh, what a beautiful pick there.
And a throw over to first will retire him for out number 3. So Connor Bansick there with a good diving stop. Saves a run for this Terrier squad, and Jack Conley gives him a pat on the back for it. So Jack Conley able to work around 2-out singles there from Ian Ash and Michael Bernowski as we'll go to the top of the 5th, still tied 1-1. We'll be right back after this. So Mike Medea will step to the plate to lead off the Hiram Terriers here in the top of inning number 5. Austin Luther will step back out on the mound. Luther looking very strong. 5 strikeouts so far in 4 innings of pitched. No earned runs after the 1 run was due to an error. Only giving up 1 hit as well. So Medea will foul that one away for strike 1. This part of the lineup for this Terrier squad was really what got them going the last time, where they put up their lone run of the game. A couple of base runners and one big error from Wisner. So Medea looking to repeat this time around. Here's the pitch, and that one will be sent over the head of McCauley into shallow right center for a leadoff single. So the second hit of the game belongs to Mike Medea, and Hiram once again has their leadoff runner on. Jordan Malerney now will step to the plate. So Hiram really starting to take away a lot of the momentum and energy in this game after what looked like Wittenberg took it all with the way Austin Luther was pitching after the bottom of inning number 3, putting up their first run. Hiram able to respond and then get out of a tough 2-out jam here, as we're going to get both the first and third baseman Ian Ash and Ben Seibert playing close for that bunt attempt. Malerney last at bat did the same thing with the leadoff runner on. He tried to lay down a bunt, and it did do its job. He was able to advance Medea from first. So he showed bunt, wasn't able to get it, but it still was in the zone for strike 1. This time Ash staying at first. Malerney will send one over to Seibert at second. A double play opportunity to fire over. McCauley will try to get it to first, and that'll be a big double play. What a good play from Ben Seibert, James McCauley, and Ian Ash. Ben Seibert grounds the slow dribbler to third and fires it over to McCauley at second. McCauley able to get the tag on second and fires one over to first for out number 2. So just like that, the leadoff runner is retired, and we've got 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, excuse me. So Austin Luther was hyped after that one, and that'll bring up the 9-hole spot, Michael Corsillo. Corsillo now, we'll see 2 balls go by. And that one will be ripped into left field, and that one will drop for a single for Corsillo. So see 3 2-out hits here in the previous half innings. And Corsillo will continue that trend with the 2-out single into left field. Now the top of the order, Chasen Mars will step to the plate.
Austin Luther will fire one in low for ball 1. So 1-0 pitch to Mars will be just inside for ball 2. So Austin Luther trying to get out of this inning after surrendering a leadoff hit, able to get out of it with a double play, but a 2-out single from Corsillo will keep this inning going. So he'll fire one over to first. Here's the 2-0 pitch. I want to be fired. That'll be a high grounder and a tough play from Wisner. Backhand play from Wisner, but the speed from Mars, they're able to run it out before Wisner can even get a throw off. So Hiram, back-to-back 2-out singles now, just like Wittenberg in last inning. They were able to get 2-out singles here in the top of the 5th, and that'll bring up Kobe Hunter. Kobe Hunter, the last time he was up, sent a dribbler to Wisner, but a big error allowed him to be on second, and he scores the only run of the game for Hiram. So now, 2 outs. Kobe Hunter in a big spot for Hiram here. Both teams with 4 hits on the day, 1 error and 1 run apiece. So dead even. Here in the top of the 5th, Luther will fire one in, just misses for ball 2. So we're going to get a timeout here and a mound visit. Trying to corral Austin Luther. Austin Luther has lost a little bit of control here in the last couple of innings after the first 3 innings looked very sharp. Those first 3 innings, he didn't give it up any hits, was firing strikes like it was his 9-5, and really just looked very, very in control of this one. But we've seen in the last couple of innings, he's thrown a lot of pitches compared to what he was, and is really losing a little bit of control. We've seen a lot of uncharacteristic balls. He's not able to pinpoint those corners like he was in those first 3 innings. So a quick mound visit. Austin Luther will step back onto the mound, trying to regroup and keep this game tied at 1-1. Kobe Hunter ahead in the count 2-0 will step back into the box. So 2-0 count here. 2 outs in the top of the 5th. That one will be fired in for a strike. So mound visit seems to work, and Luther's able to find that corner for strike 1. So the 2-1 pitch now from Luther. That one will be fired, but a hard hit ball drifting down the right field line. O'Malley's able to get under it for out number 3. So Austin Luther able to work around 2-out singles from the Terriers in the top of the 5th. We've still got a 1-1 ball game. We'll be right back after this. So 9-1-2 will step to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th for the Tigers. Luke Thomas, James McCauley, and Chase Wisner will try to get things going and regain some offensive momentum here in this game. So they've only been able to put up 1 run on 4 hits. Very uncharacteristic here for the Tigers at home. But this is
the start of conference play, and this is what you come to expect in a very competitive North Coast Athletic Conference. A lot of very close, battle-it-out type of games, ones where you really got to earn it. You've got to find those tight gaps. You got to be able to hit those really difficult pinpoint pitches, and on the other side, you've got to be able to throw those pinpoint pitches, as Thomas will send that one, and that one's drifted into left field for an easy out, number one. So the top of the order, James McCauley will lead things off. James McCauley still looking to get on base here. In this one, we'll have an opportunity. That one will be skipped into the dirt for ball one. So the 1-0 pitch, McCauley will rip that one down, third baseline, foul for strike one. So 1-1 count here. Here's the pitch, and that'll go in and almost hit McCauley. McCauley jumps out of the way. Ball two. So here's the 2-1 pitch. McCauley will hack at a high one. He'll swing and miss, so strike two. Jack Conley looking to have another very quick inning. He's been looking very sharp after giving up the lone run. That was not accredited to him due to an error. So 2-2 count now. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That one will be skied into shallow right center field. Kobe Hunter will run over to make the play, and he will for out number two. So James McCauley, still struggling on the offensive side of things, will be retired for out number two, but that'll bring up the hot-hitting Chase Wisner. Chase Wisner 2 for 2 on the day. 2 doubles and the lone RBI for this Wittenberg squad. We'll look to continue here and try to get some more 2-out hitting. Here's the first pitch from Conley. Wisner will take a swing at it. That'll be drifted into right center. Will it get down? It will. It'll get to the wall. Chase Wisner around first once again, and he'll get his third double of the day. And he's really swinging the bat well. He's been finding the gaps. This one taking it to right center for a 2-out double, and now that brings up Connor O'Malley in another RBI spot. But Chase Wisner really showcasing his bat today. 3 for 3, 3 doubles and an RBI. Really trying to propel this offense. He has 3 out of the 5 hits for this Wittenberg team. Connor O'Malley looking, he's got his third opportunity to drive him in this one.
And it's definitely, important for the Tigers to get those extra base hits as well.
So here's the first pitch from Conley, and that'll be fired in. A good breaking ball finds the outside edge for strike one. O'Malley standing in the box. 0-1 count, 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. 1-1 ball game. That one will be bounced, and it'll be a wild pitch. Wisner will be able to advance to third. Almost looked like that ball went in and hit O'Malley's foot, but rather just took a wicked bounce off the turf dirt here. And bounces back for a wild pitch. Wisner able to advance to third. So now a big RBI opportunity for Connor O'Malley. Here's the pitch. And that one almost hits O'Malley once again. 2-1 count now. So Conley will get his pitch. Here's the 2-1. O'Malley will take a big hack at it there, unable to make contact. Strike two. So Jack Conley trying to escape trouble once again in the bottom of the 5th inning. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Conley comes set. Here's the pitch. Big breaking ball, and O'Malley will foul that one back. Connor O'Malley staying alive here.
Definitely important to remain defensive at the plate. You don't want to keep leaving runners on, especially those in scoring position.
2-2 pitch once again. O'Malley with a dribbler to first. Walker will make the play, but O'Malley showcases his speed and runs it out, and that'll drive in a run. So a very wicked ground ball there, bounces high in the air and forces a tough play. Hal Walker Jr. has to step off first, make the play. Jack Conley goes to cover the bag, but the speed of Connor O'Malley will drive in a run, and Wittenberg regains the lead 2-1, and Connor O'Malley will drive in his 21st RBI of the year. So a big play there on this high tapping grounder that goes right between first, and Matt Moore will be first pitch swinging. That one will be sent into left center. O'Malley will round second, but he'll stay there. So 2-out hitting once again becoming the key factor for this Wittenberg offense. We've seen 5 2-out hits in the last 2 innings. In this inning alone, we've seen 3 of them. One of them driving in the leading run. So Wittenberg now with runners on first and second. Ben Seibert now stepping to the plate. So Ben Seibert looking to continue the 2-out hitting. This time, another runner in scoring position with O'Malley at second. Matt Moore standing at first after back-to-back singles. Here's the pitch. Ben Seibert first pitch swinging. That one will be sent into shallow ground. Shallow first base ground. That one will be caught by Walker Jr. So Wittenberg able to strike off the infield single from Connor O'Malley, but they leave 2 more stranded. 2-1 ball game. Wittenberg leading. We'll be right back for the top of the 6th inning. So Luther will step out for his 6th inning of work here. He'll go off against Hal Walker Jr. 3, 4, and 5 for the Terriers step into the plate. Tigers able to regain the lead. The last time they were able to get 1 run, Hiram was able to respond. So we'll see if Hiram has anything to respond this time around. So Walker Jr. will quickly go down 0-2 in the count. Austin Luther so far, one run, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts to 1 run. I believe was not credited to him due to an error. That pitch will be fouled back once again. That one will be skied high in the air into shallow right field. O'Malley comes into play, and that'll be out number 1. So a quick out number 1 from Austin Luther, looking to get back to his early game form and get those quick outs, throwing early strikes as he goes up in the count 0-2 there. And was able to force Walker Jr. to swing at one close to the zone and was able to pop him up into shallow right to Connor O'Malley. So he immediately goes quick and fires in strike number 1. And this is the tempo that we're used to seeing Austin Luther play at. He gets quick. He gets assigned quick, he gets set quick, and he fires in a lot of early strikes. That one we popped into the shallow infield. Ian Nash will get under it for out number 2. So this is what we expect to see from Austin Luther. A lot of quick tempo, quick strikes, and quick outs as he retires Walker Jr. and Evan Fairbanks in very quick fashion. Now 2 quick outs here, and he immediately gets set. Fires it in, and that'll be a quick strike and a big swing and a miss there from Connor Bancik.
He definitely had that tempo in the first 3 innings, but once he had that first or second runner on, I think it kind of shook him up a little bit, but I'm glad to see he's back out there getting that pace back.
Yeah, we saw it a little bit, that mound visit in the last inning. Since then, he's been firing in strikes, and he's been playing at his quick tempo. And now he's got Tanner Allison down in the count 0-2 after 3 quick strikes, 1 fouled away. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Oh, and that'll be punched out for strike 3. A beautiful breaking ball finds the outside edge of the plate, and Austin Luther sprints into the dugout after a quick 1-2-3 inning. Tigers still leading 2-1 in this one. We'll be right back after this. So Michael Bernowski will lead things off for us here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Once again, Jack Conley going out for his 6th inning of work. He's looked very sharp, only giving up 1 earned so far. 2 runs total in the game, 1 due to an error. So Michael Bernowski looking to get things started. This Wittenberg offense starting to heat up a little bit in the last couple of innings. After a slow start in this one, trying to extend their 1-run lead. Haven't been able to get away from this Hiram team just yet. Jack Conley's been a big part to that. He's looked very impressive today. So he fires in the second ball of this at-bat. So 2-0 count to Bernowski to start things off. Bernowski, Ash, and Griskovich will get the Tiger offense started in this inning. That one will be fired in for ball 3. So trying to get the leadoff runner on in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bernowski goes up in the count 3-0.
Hiram signal for somebody to start warming up in the bullpen.
3-0 pitch, and that'll be outside, ball 4. So Michael Bernowski able to get on and give Ian Ash an opportunity here.
Number 27, Ian Ash. 44 is warming up. 44.
So Landon Westcott will start warming up in the bullpen for this Terrier squad as Jack Conley starts to get up there and pitch count and batters faced, as well as this Wittenberg offense starting to seem to try to figure him out here. Getting the leadoff runner on, really starting to find some gaps that we're used to seeing from them, as Ian Ash will see strike 1 go by. 1-1 count here. Bernowski standing at first. So a throw over to first. Bernowski will be able to get back in time. Bernowski 7 for 7 in stolen base chances here so far in this young season. That one will be inside for ball 2.
Great job by Ash at the plate. Force Conley to throw into the zone. Only 1 strike thrown this entire inning so far.
As Bernowski's going to take off there, swinging a miss. Tanner Allison unable to make a smooth transition on the throw down to second, and Bernowski will now get his 8th stolen base on the year. Ian Ash goes down in the count, or will be 2-2 in the count now, excuse me. Yeah, especially after seeing Jack Conley throw 4 straight balls to Bernowski, maybe starting to lose a little bit control in this game as he goes deeper into it. really forcing him now, as that one will be a slow chopper to second. Ian Ash will try to run it out at first. It'll be a close play, but out number one. But it does advance Brunowski to third. And now that'll bring up Griskovich now with an RBI opportunity and one out here. So it almost works as a bunt there for Ian Ash, a slow tapper to second baseman Evan Fairbanks. And Griskovich now stepping to the plate. Infield playing very far in, trying to keep this runner at third and keep this game a one-run game. It's a big breaking ball from Conley now. Will be thrown in for strike one. So infield all on the grass here. Griskovich will see another beautiful breaking ball for strike two. Jack Conley, that might be his best pitch so far today. That big breaking curveball, he's been able to control it well. And now he goes up in the count 0-2. See a lot of shifting in this defense. That one will be fouled back from Griskovich. See all four infielders playing in the grass for any sort of ground ball to take home if Brunowski takes off. And now you see the center fielder shading into right field. Kobe Hunter playing closer to the line. A lot of open area there in left center. He'll move back in to center field there, as that one will be fouled off.
Looked like a late decision to swing there, defend the zone.
So infield, once again, all on the grass, playing for that ground ball. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one will be swung, and that'll be sent into left field. Griskovich gets the RBI single. And the Wittenberg Tigers will now lead this one 3-1 as Luke Thomas will step into the plate. So Griskovich battles off on that at bat, and he's able to send one into left field, getting it over the head. So potentially playing shallow there comes back to hurt the Terriers, as they might have been able to be in better position if they were playing in their normal spots. But that one goes right over the head of Bancic and Corsillo there at short and second. But a double play opportunity will be sent to second. Fairbanks will get the throw over, but not able to get the throw over, as Luke Thomas's speed will beat it out at first, but that will be out number two. And that'll bring up James McCauley in the top of the order now.
Did you see that? James is doing the practice when Chase was coming behind him. Oh, bad. And he swung and jumped back.
So McCauley stepped to the plate now with two outs. We've seen a lot of two-out hitting in the recent innings from the Tigers. Let's see if they continue it here. Conley will fire in a pitch, and McCauley will send it into the gap. A diving play there from Corsillo, not able to get it, and McCauley will get his first hit of the game. So Tiger offense starting to heat up, and this is a man you want at the plate. Chase Wisner, 3 for 3, 3 doubles and an RBI now with a big opportunity. We'll see if Conley will stay in the game for this one now with runners on first and second and two outs. Wisner has had Conley figured out in this one, and it looks like we will not see Conley face Wisner in this one. Wisner, as we're going to see a slow mound visit.
Get those extra warm-up pitches in for Westcott out there.
So we'll see. Westcott so far still standing in the bullpen, throwing some pitches, so maybe Conley will stay in to face Wisner, but Wisner's had him figured out so far in this one, and a big opportunity to start opening up this game for this Tiger offense, who's really heated up here in the last 3 to 4 innings. So a long talk at the mound here. Conley so far has looked pretty impressive, but this Tiger lineup able to get through a couple times, and they're starting to be able to sit on some of those big breaking balls. They're seeing a lot of his pitches well. Now it's through their fourth time through now, excuse me. But it looks like Conley will stay in the game to face Wisner one last time. Wisner stepping to the plate. Luke Thomas standing at second, McCauley at first. Another one of those doubles, and McCauley's speed standing at first base could potentially be 2 runs.
Yeah, definitely, like you said, 3 doubles on the day for Wisner. Really figuring out Conley, so tough decision for Conley here. He decides to stay in.
So 2-out pitch, here it goes. Now it'll be in the dirt for ball 1. So maybe you could potentially see a lot of borderline pitches. He doesn't want to throw him anything in the zone, especially Wisner is able to be, he's a very disciplined hitter. He's able to see pitches very well. So you throw him anything in the zone with his hot bat, he he might be able to really open up this game. Here's the second pitch. Be ball 2. We've seen 2 breaking balls to start this at bat. Not trying to give anything too good for Wisner to hit. So 2-0 count now, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Wittenberg with runners on first and second. Couple looks back at Thomas. Here's the pitch, and Wisner will send it into center field. Thomas will be rounded third. McCauley will be rounded second, going to third. They're going to throw it to third, and they should be able to get McCauley, and they won't. As McCauley's able to get under the bag, but Wisner will be standing at second. So Wisner now with his 4th hit of the day, and McCauley is getting an earful for it there, as it looked like Brian McGee didn't want him to round second, and he wanted them to stay there, but McCauley able to work around the tag, as now we've got Connor O'Malley coming to the plate to face Landon Westcott, and that'll be all from Jack Conley today. Jack Conley, a pretty impressive stat line so far against a very tough Wittenberg offense. He is responsible for the runners on second and third. So we'll be right back with a new pitcher in the game. So we are back. Connor O'Malley will face Landon Westcott, the new pitcher. Replaces Jack Conley, who is responsible for the runners on second and third. Wittenberg able to strike for 2 and extend their lead to 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. So Westcott will go on to face Connor O'Malley. Chase Wisner gets his 4th hit of the day and drives in another RBI to his name. And O'Malley, first pitch swinging, will send that one high in the air in the left center. Chasen Mars will get under it for out number 3. So Westcott comes in, throws 1 pitch, and gets out number 3. But Wittenberg able to strike for 2 off the bat of Chase Wisner, and they're able to extend their lead to 4-1. So we will be right back after this for the top of the 7th inning. So Tanner Allison stepping into the box here to face Austin Luther. Once again, Luther, 6 innings so far, only 1 run not earned, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts now, and now he's been given a 3-run lead here. So this offense really starting to heat up now, as that one will be a chopper to short. Wisner with the play, and a dart over to first will be out number 1. So again, another quick out from Austin Luther, really starting to work his way through this lineup. Once again, 2 straight scoreless innings after giving up his only run of the game, non-earned in the 4th inning. Looking very strong, as that'll bring up Mike Medea to the plate. Medea's been able to get on base a couple times, as we've seen Malerney behind him try to lay down a couple of bunts for him and advance him, which he's done a good job of. So that one will be fired in for ball 2. So 2-0 pitch now, and that'll be a big swing and a miss from Medea on a ball that was going to be outside for ball 2, or ball 3, excuse me. But instead it'll be strike 1, so 2-1 count here. 1 out in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. That'll be fired in, very close pitch, but ruled a ball, 3-1 count now. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Luther, and that one will be ball 4. So Medea able to get on base once again. Malerney this time in a tough spot with only 1 out. I imagine he won't try to lay down a bunt here. Seibert starts walking up towards the grass for the potential bunt attempt, but we'll see. Malerney will get his sign here. He'll take a look at his play card, get the play. Medea standing at first. Here's the pitch, and that one will be chopped away. Malerney this time swinging away. That'll be fouled away for strike 1. As we'll see, looks like Nick Cunningham starting to get his arm loose in the bullpen. Another very strong arm, one of the strongest arms in this bullpen. And this staff for Wittenberg's pitched a lot of innings. He can start, he can come off, but couldn't come out of the pen. But lately he's been playing a lot out of the pen. He's pitched 20 innings so far, 16 strikeouts, and only a 2.1 ERA. But Luther right now still trying to work through the 7th. 1-1 count. 1 out. Here's the pitch. That'll be fired. Tough play from O'Malley, and that'll sneak through the gap. Medea is going to stay at second.
Cunningham.
So now Hiram with 2 base runners on and 1 out, looking to keep this game within manageable reach, and that'll bring up number 11, Michael Corsillo. Corsillo now with a RBI opportunity, as Griskovich will take a visit out to Luther here. Austin Luther still looking very confident and strong in the mound. That's only his 5th hit given up on the day. You know it's a good day when you have more strikeouts than hits through 6 1/3 innings pitched. But Cunningham will warm up his arm. Austin Luther putting his team in a very good position to win, looking to keep it that way. But Hiram looking to fight back and battle in this game. With 2 runners on, here's the pitch, and that'll be fired in for strike 1. A good pitch on the lower outside corner of the plate there. So Corsillo now in the 9 spot of this lineup, looking to make some noise at the bottom part of the lineup. So we're going to get a mound visit. And again, probably another one of those, just let Cunningham get warmed up here in the bullpen. It'll be a slow walk out to Luther. So while this mound visit is happening, we'll be right back. So it looks like we are ready to resume here after that mound visit. Austin Luther will step up onto the mound ahead in the count 0-1, but with 2 runners on base. With 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Corcio at the plate. Here's the pitch. A big swing and a miss there for strike 2. A good breaking ball. Austin Luther's really had a strikeout pitch working well here. Let's see if he goes to it. That slider has really been stumping a lot of these Hiram hitters. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it was that off speed, but unable to locate it there, and that one goes outside. Griskovich doing a good job of going out and getting that one, because with these big backstops here, a wild pitch could potentially be 2 bags, and you don't want to give any runs like that to Hiram. So 1-2 count now. Here's the pitch. That'll get past him. Takes a big hop off the wall. So this time it does go past Griskovich there, as that one was too far outside, and that'll advance both runners. So now Hiram with 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. 2-2 count still. Or 2-2 count now, sorry. Austin Luther trying to work for that strikeout pitch, but just unable to locate it on the outside edge of this plate. He is approaching 100 pitches on the game, so might be starting to lose some of that arm control. He'll try to regain it here and get the big out number 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Big, and that's a big swing and a miss and a beautiful breaking ball for strike number 3. He finds it there for a big out number 2. So that'll bring up Chasen Mars in the leadoff role. And McGee is going to take the mound visit, and that'll be all for Austin Luther today. And he looks like he wanted to try and finish out this inning, as he's got a smile on his face. He is responsible for runners on 2nd and 3rd. But what a day from Austin Luther. 6 2/3 innings, 7 strikeouts, only 5 hits, no earned runs so far. But a just absolutely masterful performance and put this Wittenberg squad in a very good position to win. So Nick Cunningham will come into the game as he gives a little hug to his good friend Austin Luther there on the impressive performance. So he'll get a well-deserved round of applause. So Nick Cunningham into the game for the Tigers, trying to get the final out and keep this game at 4-1. We'll be right back after this. So Nick Cunningham all warmed up and ready to go to try to get this final out at the top of the 7th. He'll have to go off against the top of the order, Chasen Mars. Runners on 2nd and 3rd for this Hiram team, both responsible to the name of Austin Luther. Nick Cunningham trying to keep that scorecard clean for Luther as he'll fire in ball 1. So 1-0 count now. Nick Cunningham gets the pitch. He'll go from a windup. That'll be sent right to O'Malley at first, and what a pick and play for him for out number 3. Austin Luther's hyped to the dugout. Nick Cunningham comes in 2 pitches and retires. Chasen Mars for out number 3. So Wittenberg able to get out of the inning, still leading this game 4-1. We'll be right back after the 7th inning stretch. So we are back in the bottom of the 7th inning. Matt Moore will step up to the plate. He'll go up against Landon Westcott, who came into relief Jack Conley. Jack Conley with a pretty impressive day. Put his team in a position to win, but he unfortunately had to go up to the task of facing off against Austin Luther on the mound battle today. Both of them pitched pretty well. So Westcott will fire in strike 1. So 0-1 count now to Moore. He's coming off his first hit of the day last at bat. Now it goes down to the count 0-2. So 0-2 count now to Moore. Westcott working well here, and he throws a big breaking ball, and that's a very good breaking ball. Matt Moore playing the defensive swing there, makes contact and sends that one out of the stadium for foul. So 0-2 count once again. Here's the pitch from Westcott. Another good breaking ball. That one will go outside of the zone, though, for ball 1. The 1-2 pitch for Moore. That one will be another defensive swing. A good pop-up. This time Evan Fairbanks comes in and makes a play on it there for a good sliding catch and out number 1.
Now batting for the Tigers, number 3, Ben Seibert.
So that'll bring out Ben Seibert. Now Ben Seibert to the plate. Looking to get things going here in the bottom of the 7th. Wittenberg still leading this one 4-1. So far, been some very impressive defense and pitching from both sides. Hiram able to keep this Wittenberg offense for the most part in check. Wittenberg's left a lot of runners on bag so far. Westcott will fire in ball 1. Here's the pitch. A big swing and a miss from Seibert now. 1-1. Seibert will foul that one back. Strike 2. So Westcott coming in and firing in a lot of strikes and getting ahead of a lot of counts so far since coming into the ball game. Seibert now steps back into the box, down in the count 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that'll be a very good breaking ball. Just misses the bottom half of that zone, but instead will be ball 2. So 2-2 count now to Seibert. It's a very tough pitch to take there. Here's the pitch. That one will be low for a full count now. So Seibert, in his good vision and patience, is able to bring this count back to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes now.
Westcott just 7 strikeouts coming into the day.
As he's unable to find that strikeout pitch there, as he'll walk Seibert. So Seibert goes down to the count 0-2, able to battle it back and get a full count walk, and that'll bring up Michael Brunowski to the plate. Brunowski, another one of these stud freshmen on this Wittenberg squad. He's just been very impressive all year. Some very good, you see him a lot in left field, a very good left fielder, and a very good bat for this lineup. He comes into this game. He was batting .457. As he'll watch ball 1 go by. So 1-0 pitch now to Brunowski. Westcott take a peek over at Seibert. Here's the pitch. That'll be inside, ball 2. So Seibert standing at first. Brunowski heading the count 2-0 at the plate with Ian Ash in the on-deck circle. So Westcott will fire one over at Seibert. Seibert on the year, 7 for 7 in stolen bases, just like Brunowski was. Brunowski was able to steal a bag the last time he was on. So Brunowski leading this team in steals with 8. So that'll be fired in for strike 1. So far, Seibert standing at first. We know this Wittenberg squad is in a very aggressive base-running team. They love to try to steal any bag they can, and they love to really force the issue and put these defenses in. And there goes Seibert. That's going to be a swing and steal attempt. That goes by Fairbanks. Brunowski's going to round, or Seibert's going to round second, go to third, and that one's going to be overthrown. Seibert's going to get up and try to take home. It's going to be a tough play, and he's going to slide home. And Brunowski's able to advance to third after all of that commotion. So the hit and run. Are we rolling that an error on the hit?
On the throw from center field.
So Bernowski will get credited with the hit, as it would have been a very tough play for Fairbanks. He was trying to run and cover second and had a ball come flying at him, and that one will sneak into the outfield now. But after the commotion and a lot of lackadaisical throws from this Hiram squad, a couple of errors will lead to Wittenberg's 5th run of the game, and now Bernowski standing at third because of it. So Bernowski at third. Ian Ash stepping to the plate now with 1 out. And you'll see strike 1 go by. So Hiram now with some self-inflicted wounds, with a couple of bad throws, and now their second and third error on the day leads to Wittenberg's 5th run, as that's going to be a big breaking ball. Almost gets away from Allison there, but Allison able to do a good job of leaving his stance and going to get that one, because with these big backstops and Bernowski's speed, Bernowski for sure was going to make it home for that one. So 5-1 ball game now. Wittenberg scoring in 3 straight innings, and 4 out of the last 5 innings, really starting to open this game up and get some confidence back at the plate and really starting to heat up. Now 5 runs on 11 hits is now the infield once again playing in the grass. The last time it came back to hurt Hiram, but Ian Ash down to the count 0-2 as he'll swing that one and foul it off his foot, but he's going to stay alive. The last time in this position, they had Griskovich at the plate, who's standing in the on-deck circle at the current moment, but they all were playing in the grass, and Griskovich was able to send one right between short and third over the heads of both of them for an RBI single. This time now it's Ian Ash at the plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch, a big breaking ball and a chopper to second, and that is why they bring everyone in the grass. That'll hold Bernowski at third, and it'll be out number 2 as Ian Ash will ground out. But that will bring up Griskovich. Griskovich, very impressive so far, very impressive behind the plate, and he's scored the first run of the game, and he's got an RBI single to his name, so very impressive so far. But now 2 outs. We know how much this Wittenberg team loves 2-out hitting. We'll need one here from Griskovich if they want to bring in Bernowski from third. Big, slow breaking ball will be fired in for ball 1.
Yeah, I know looking back in the second inning, it was the only 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers, and they've had at least a runner on in every inning, and definitely in the last 4 or 5 making the most of it, like you mentioned in those 2-out situations.
So that'll be fired in for strike 1. 1-1 count now, 2 outs, and the bottom of the 7th. Wittenberg putting up 1 run here, looking to add to it. Here's the pitch, a big breaking ball. Griskovich will send that one in, and he'll have another RBI to his name, and he'll be standing at first. So Griskovich, another good display of 2-out hitting from this Wittenberg lineup. And now with 2 outs, they extend their lead to 5, 6-1 now. And that'll bring up Luke Thomas. So Wittenberg once again displaying some very good,
It looks like 38.
very good discipline and vision at the plate. And we're going to get a quick mound visit here as Wittenberg able to figure out Westcott early. Unlike Conley, took a couple innings for this Wittenberg offense to really figure out Jack Conley. But they make quick work of Westcott, who will be replaced by, we believe, number 38, Matthew Cardos, the senior pitcher from Grafton, Ohio. So a long talk to Westcott there, the freshman, who had to come up against a very tough lineup. And it indeed will be Matthew Cardos to replace Westcott. So he'll come into the game with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 runner on at Griskovich at first. So we'll give time for Cardos to warm up, and we'll be right back right after this. So Luke Thomas stepping to the plate for the Tigers here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. He'll go off to face new pitcher Matthew Cardos, who replaced Landon Westcott, who got beat up a little bit here in the bottom of the 7th. He's responsible for Griskovich at first, and he gave up 2 runs in that inning. So that one will be fired in for ball 1. Griskovich with his second RBI in the day and his second hit as well. So Griskovich playing some really good baseball right now. Behind the plate and in the box. That one again, high and outside, ball 2. And watching Cardos warmed up, seems to have a little bit of a control issue coming into this one. We saw a lot of those pitches that we just saw in his warm-ups high and away. So he's down in the count 2-0 now. Here's the third pitch. Again, high for ball 3. So Luke Thomas being very patient at the plate, forcing Cardos to try to throw a strike.
4 innings pitched in 4 appearances on the mound for the Terriers.
So here's the 3-0 pitch from Cardos, and he's able to find the zone with that one for strike 1.
Good pitch to look in.
So Luke Thomas able to get a visual on that fastball there that comes in for the first strike. Here's the 3-1 pitch now. Luke Thomas takes a crack at that one, sends it far and foul out of the stadium. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Thomas in the box. Griskovich at first. Cardos trying to get out of this inning. Still within reach of this Wittenberg team. Only down 5 with 2 innings of remaining play. Griskovich started running, but that'll be outside. Ball 4. So Luke Thomas now stands at first. Griskovich at second in the top of the order. And James McCauley stepping back up to the plate. McCauley happy to get a single to his name in his last at-bat after a little bit of a rough stretch for him in the recent couple of games. But as a freshman, you anticipate that, especially with the hot start that he had. You know, he's still getting used to college baseball now, coming into his first stint against the North Coast Athletic Conference. But we know this freshman, he is battle-tested against a lot of really good pitchers and a lot of really good teams to start off this year. He'll be ready for this NCAC play as he sees ball 1 go by. 1-0 count now. Here's the pitch. McCauley will see strike 1, especially with the ever-dangerous Chase Wisner, who's 4 for 4 with a couple RBIs to his name in the on-deck circle. McCauley will try to do anything to get on base here, looking to maybe draw a walk. Get bases loaded for Wisner. He's really seeing the ball well. So 1-1 pitch now to McCauley. That one will be sent high into the air into left center. Tough play, but that'll be caught for out number 3. So McCauley is the third out, but Tigers able to strike for 2 in this one and extend their lead to 6-1. We'll be right back after this. So Nick Cunningham here, still on the mound for the Tigers in the top of inning number 8, and he'll go off against pinch hitter number 9, Aiden Jantz. Aiden Jantz replaced number 36, Kobe Hunter. Kobe Hunter had a pretty good game, especially on the defensive side of things. Saw a couple of good acrobatic catches from him out in right field. That'll be a slow chopper to third. Ben Cyber will pick it, and it looks like it'll be fouled off the foot of Jantz, who limps that one off. Even with those shin guards, it never feels good to foul one off the body. So he'll try to walk it off, and he'll step back into the plate, this time down 0-2. Nick Cunningham pitching very sharply in this one. He's been pitching very sharply all year. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that'll be a check swing. The appeal says he doesn't go for ball 1, but Nick Cunningham, in 20 innings of pitching so far, only giving up 5 earned runs, 16 strikeouts, and 7 appearances. So big arm for this bullpen and staff, and a good senior leader. That's a beautiful breaking ball. Looked like maybe he went on that, but not able to fully commit, so that'll be ball 2. So Cunningham now 2-2 pitch. The slow windup. Here's the pitch. That'll be grounded to first. Ian Ash with the play. We'll toss it over to Cunningham for out number 1, and I do want to apologize for my recent couple of innings. I'm so used to Connor O'Malley, who's been playing first the last couple games, as I've mixed them up a little bit. But Ian Ash is at first. Connor O'Malley sitting in right field, as Ash with a good play and pitch to Cunningham for out number 1. So now Hall Walker Jr. will step to the plate, and you'll see strike 1 go by. Cunningham, just like Luther, a very aggressive pitcher. He's going to pitch a lot of strikes to you and really attack you as a batter. So I want to be outside for ball 1. But even when you know it's coming, you know he's a very aggressive pitcher. All these Wittenberg pitchers are going to throw you a lot of strikes, and they're going to attack you. There's still the amount of very good pitches in their arsenal. That one will be blooped, or hit hard, into right field. O'Malley will get under it for out number 2. But even when you expect them to throw strikes, they're still able to pinpoint, and they still have so many good pitches available to their use. A lot of good movement, a lot of good accuracy. It's still hard to make contact and really find those gaps and get good hits. And so far, you're seeing that right now from Nick Cunningham. Nick Cunningham trying to go 1-2-3 in this inning. Will go up against Evan Fairbanks, the cleanup spot for this Terrier squad. So here's the pitch from Cunningham. Will be outside ball 1. But Nick Cunningham looking very sharply. His last appearance came against number 19 team in the country, Marietta. Pitched 1 inning, had 3 strikeouts. Was one of the very few bright spots in that pitching staff from that one in that 18-5 loss. But Cunningham looking very, very smooth and in control today. 1-1 pitch now. Big breaking ball. Beautiful pitch. And that just floats right into the middle of the zone. Strike 2. Cunningham, a very smooth wind up and release. One of my favorite pitchers to watch on this team is here's the 1-2 pitch. Another breaking ball, strike 3. And Nick Cunningham, a quick 1-2-3 inning as he is dicing this Hiram Terrier lineup up right now as we are going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Tigers still leading this one 6-1. We'll be right back after this. So Chase Wisner will lead things off here in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Tigers. Wisner, very impressive day, 4 for 4, 2 RBIs to his name, 3 doubles, a single. Just very impressive all the way around. He'll go off to face Matthew Cardos, who comes in to face this lineup once again. We'll see how much they choose to pitch to Wisner here. Let's see if they try to pitch around him. The first pitch will be thrown in for ball 1. So 1-0 count here. Bottom of the 8th inning. Hiram with one more chance to bat. And that one will run in and hit Wisner in the shoulder. So Wisner will get on base for the 5th time in this one. He'll be standing at first with O'Malley coming to the plate. Connor O'Malley, 1 RBI to his name to extend his total to 21 on the year. But Wisner's starting to creep up on him with 18 now after his 2 today. And we've fired in for strike 1. So Hiram hits Wisner, puts the leadoff runner on at first. Connor O'Malley will see strike 1 go by. So heart of this order starting to come to the plate here, as that one will be a slow moving breaking ball, and that'll be in for strike 2. So Connor O'Malley goes down in the count. 0-2 now. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Cardos. That one will be fouled back from O'Malley. We've talked about it a little bit before, but this Wittenberg squad, a very good defensive hitting team. When it comes down to it, when they go down in the count, they're able to stay alive with their vision and their ability to, make contact with the ball and put it out of play. So O'Malley will see another pitch as Wisner almost gets caught in a tough position as he starts to make a break. Cardos will fire it out, but Wisner will safely get back to first. So 1-2 count now to O'Malley. So we'll see maybe some movement from Wisner. Wisner, another one. And so O'Malley will send a charge into that one, into right center field. Does it have enough? No, that'll be caught for out number 1. O'Malley put some good pop into that one, but didn't get enough to get that one out or into the gap. So that'll bring up Matt Moore to the plate.
Definitely not as windy here as it has been the past few days in Ohio.
Still that air up there not being friendly as that ball looked like it was going to have enough, and it seemed to die out there in right center field and for out number 1. Moore now will send this one high into the air in right field. Shallow right field. A tough play for both.
And I think it dropped on the ground.
A very deceiving play from our eyes, but Hale Walker Jr. there looked like he might have snagged that one behind his back. Unable to make a catch there for out number 2. So Matt Moore will step back into the box with Ben Seibert in the on-deck circle. Chase Wisner was hitting his first at-bat of this inning to get the leadoff runner on for the Tigers. Big breaking ball there will be high for ball 1. So 1-1 pitch now to Moore will be in the dirt for ball 2. So 2-1 count now to Moore. Cardos will get his sign. Wisner's going to be taken off to second. A good throw down from Allison, but the speed from Wisner's too much as he'll get his 7th stolen bag on the year. And he'll be standing at second base now as Moore goes up in the count 3-1. Wisner gets a really good jump on that one and a really good slide for the steal, but Tanner Allison with another really good throw down to second, just unable to get it there in time with the speed of Wisner, as Matt Moore will see that one go by for a outside strike that he doesn't like. Now we've got 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Wisner standing at second. Matt Moore at the plate. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Moore will send that one right into center field, and that'll get down. Wisner's going to round third and try to go home. It's going to be a misplay from the center fielder. Moore's going to try to get second, and he will slide in. He'll get the single and the RBI to drive in Wisner, and now Moore will be standing at second And a good plate battle there from Matt Moore. Battles off a couple of tough pitches. Drives the count to 3-2, and Cardos is forced to throw him a strike. And Moore will rip that one into center field. And now that'll bring up Ben Seibert. Still only one out here. So it's going to be a single and an RBI for Matt Moore, but a error for Marco Bates, who is now playing out there in center field. So we're going to get a pinch runner for Matt Moore, the designated hitter, and probably his last at-bat. And it'll be number 34, Dan Gladden. Gladden will go stand out at second. Still only with one out here. Seibert coming to the plate, and this Wittenberg team really starting to feel comfortable at the plate. 13 hits now, 7 runs. And now threatening to score again with Gladden standing at second. Seibert at the plate. He'll take strike 1. Wittenberg now scoring in 5 of its last 6 innings after a slow start to this one. Really starting to figure out this pitching staff from Hiram. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll be outside, ball 1. But hearing from McGee before going into this game, the goal was they knew Jack Conley was a very talented pitcher for this Hiram squad, and he showcased it today, really keeping this lineup in check. And the goal was to be able to get through him and get to that bullpen of Hiram and really try to work this bullpen, and so far that's what they've done. As Seibert now will send this one into center field. Gladden's going to round third. The throw in from Bates. As Gladden, no, he's going to stop at third. Seibert's going to take a bag at second now. So Wittenberg really finding some offense here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So now we're going to get another mound visit. But Seibert sends one right into center. Same place as Moore did the previous at-bat. Gladden didn't get a great jump on it there. Was going to round third, but a good throw from Bates from center. Able to hold him there. So it looks like we're going to get a new pitcher from the Terriers. We'll find out who that is and be right back after this. So Adam Uswell will take the mound here for Hiram, now trailing 7-1. He'll go on to face Michael Bernowski. Seibert standing at second. Gladden standing at third, the pinch runner. Still only one out in the bottom of the 8th. Wittenberg trying to continue to extend this lead and take game 1 of this doubleheader. Uswell's first pitch will go in and almost hit Bernowski's. That goes behind Bernowski there as he takes a look back, wondering where that pitch went. But Tanner Allison once again showcasing his athletic ability to get out of the stance and save that one from going to the backstop. As a wild pitch with this wide of a backstop is almost guaranteed to be a run with the runner at third. So 1-0 pitch now from Usual, and that'll go inside again. So Bernowski up 2-0 in the count. Almost takes two to his own body there. So Ian Ash in the on-deck circle. We're going to get a meeting between Usual and Allison here. Try to maybe calm Usual down a little bit, get him into the zone here. As we saw, 2 balls there, both ended up one outside of the right-handed batter's box, and that one brushes Bernowski out of the box. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Usual. High and inside for ball 3. So Usual really struggling for control here. Coming into this game, Usual, a sophomore out of Northfield, Ohio. Going to find some control. So the 3-0 pitch will be in the dirt for ball 4. Bernowski knew it right as it left his hands, as he already started walking right as the pitch got to him. So Ian Ash now with a big opportunity to open this game up. Bases loaded, 1 out. But I think the game plan still going to the plate here is you got to force Usual to throw a strike. You know, he comes into the game, he throws 4 straight balls. He was all over the place in warm-ups. You got to force him to find the zone, and he does on pitch number 1. So Ian Ash will see strike 1 go by. So Usual trying to get out of this bases loaded jam now. We'll throw a breaking ball. That'll be outside, ball 1. So 1-1 count now to Ash. Parker Griskovich in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ian Ash will foul that one away high in the air. Down the foul line. It'll be out of play. So 1-2 count now. So 1-2 count now from Usual. Usual finding the zone a little better here against the second batter. Here's the pitch. That'll be outside, ball 2. So 2-2 count now to Ian Ash. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ian Ash will swing at one outside of the zone and foul it away. So still a 2-2 count here. So here's the Usual will take a step off the bag there, try to regroup himself, find the pitch he likes, and once try to retire Ash here. That one will be a wild pitch. Gladden will take home, and Usual with a wild pitch there will drive in the 8th run of the game for the Tigers. And that'll score Gladden, the pinch runner from third, and we brought it up there just a little bit ago. This big wide backstop. A wild pitch is almost certainly to score one if they are at third, and it does there. So Bernowski advances to second. Seibert standing at third. Full count now to Ian Ash.
Yeah, especially with 2 runners on, both in scoring position, no force out in play too.
Ian Ash will send this one into right center. Tough play, and it'll go over the head of Bates, the center fielder. Ash is going to round first. He's going to go to second. He's going to round second and try to get to third. Bernowski's going to go home. And the Tigers strike for 2 more off the bat of Ian Ash. You ruling that hit?
Yeah.
It's going to be ruled an RBI triple there from Ian Ash, and he drives in 2 runs. And now that brings in Parker Griskovich in his last 2 at-bats. He's had 2 RBI singles. So now looking to push this game to a 10-run lead. here in the bottom of the 8th. The Tigers striking for 4. Still only 1 out. Uswa now struggling in this one as he puts that one in the dirt.
What did they call one? Like the coach like, hey, wild pitch.
So 1-0 count now. Here's the pitch from Uswa. That'll be inside for ball 2. So Uswa still struggling to find the zone in this one. And then might be a little rattled after he finally finds his zone, and Ian Ash sends it deep into right center field for 2 more runs. Parker Griskovich will swing at one inside, but rips it down the third base line, foul ball. So 2-1 count now to Griskovich as Uswa will take a step off the plate there. Uswa might be a little rattled now, trying to find the zone, trying to find the right pitch, and trying to keep this lead. As Griskovich will send that one high into the air into center field. Will be enough to tag. Ian Ash will tag. Bates will get under for out number 2. And Ian Ash will slide in for the 11th run of the game for the Tigers. And that will be the ball game, as if North Coast Athletic Conference rules, it will be a run rule enforced. So Wittenberg will take game 1 of this doubleheader 11-1 off the back of very impressive hitting and a very impressive pitching performance from the 2 upperclassmen arms in this staff. Austin Luther goes 6 2/3, gives up no earned runs, 7 strikeouts, and Nick Cunningham comes in and pitches some flawless baseball. So just very, very impressive all the way around. And then the Wittenberg bats finally started to heat up there, and they put up 11 runs. So that'll conclude game 1 of our doubleheader. Your Wittenberg Tigers taking this one 11-1 in a good bounce back win after a struggling loss to number 19 Marietta. So Wittenberg will take this one 11-1. We thank you all for tuning in to the Tiger Sports Networks for game 1 of this doubleheader. We'll be back here in a little bit for game 2.